Hi, my name is Michael, or you can call me MBL Designs.
I'm Patricia, also known as Tfolgirl.
And welcome to MBL Designs and Tfolgirl's movie discussion / Lego sets comparison video. Really long title, that's why I have a script. Today we're going to talk about The Incredibles 2.
Yep.
So starting off, we will be talking about the movies and we will go into spoilers basically. But before that, what did you think about the movie?
I really liked it. I remember seeing the first one a really long time ago.
Yeah,
So I didn't
do you know how long it's been?
No, I actually don't.
Yeah, it's been 14 years.
14!
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, so like we grew up, I guess.
Yeah, it came out in 2004 and I loved that movie. I've grown up on superheroes, both Marvel and DC. Those who know me or even follow me knows that basically.
Yep.
It's not a secret that I love superheroes, and I grew up on Disney, so literally combining two of my favorite things, Disney and superheroes. And I love the movie as well. And one thing I thought was really interesting with the sequel was I don't see why we waited 14 years.
No.
Especially when the movie literally starts after the first movie ended. It feels really weird. Especially when they actually released a video game back in like 2004, 2005, which was supposed to be the true sequel, which had the Underminer in it. Back then it was called like the true sequel or something, because it had the Underminer and the Underminer fight and all of that. But
that changed.
yeah, apparently. I would have been more interested in seeing if the movie actually jumped 10 years or something like that.
If
like,
they grew up or something, the kids.
Yeah,
could
because
have grown up.
for example, Jack is really overpowered. Imagine him trying to control his power and stuff like that. We saw him learning about his power or testing them, if anything, which was a hilarious scene. But I would have liked to see him actually use his powers in a completely different way. They could have done similarly what they did in the first movie with news report about superheroes becoming illegal. They could have done something similar to that to start the movie, then have the time jump showing how things are now, and have, the kids, Violent being her maybe early, what can it be, or late teenage years, early 20s.
Could have worked.
And have something like that, which I feel would have been interesting, but I have no clue what they would have done with the villain and stuff like that. So, but looking aside from what I would have wanted, what we got was really good.
It was good, of course.
And I can't really say any flaws beside that. They could have done a bit better with the villain, but at the same time, comparing to the previous villain, Syndrome, they can't really get any better than him.
That's true. He's a very iconic villain, I feel like.
Yeah, and now I'm just blanking on his name, but the actor who played Syndrome was just perfect. I'm literally blanking on his name. So.
I can't help you.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but that is pretty much everything about the movie. So it's really enjoyable, and I know for a fact that kids really love it.
For sure.
I've been in the I've been in the Lego store, but I was going to say that I've been in the Disney store, and the push they've done for the Incredibles 2 toys have been really big.
They are everywhere.
Yeah, and it's also fun because they are both targeting kids and adults, considering that this is a sequel for a 14-year-old movie, which doesn't really happen that much.
No.
So, like the previous thing I can imagine is like Blade Runner, which had a first movie years before the sequel came and stuff like that. So it's really interesting to see both kids and adults really looking forward to a movie such like this.
Even Star Wars didn't wait that long.
Yeah, exactly. But going into the Lego sets, we did get 3 Lego Junior sets, so they weren't really as elaborate or good as normal Lego sets.
It sort of makes sense because, you know, kids movie,
Yeah.
kids junior
Yeah.
Lego line.
Yeah.
But then also, there was a 14-year gap, so, you know,
Yeah.
those kids grew up, aka us.
Yeah.
And those sets didn't suit us as much, I think.
Yeah.
But the figures are nice, you know?
Yeah. I feel it's kind of a bad and good thing. I literally hate the set designs, and I'm completely honest about that because they aren't good for my liking, and these sets are targeted towards 4 to 7-year-old kids, so I'm not the target audience, of course. But I feel Juniors was the best options because Juniors opens up for new molds which we wouldn't regularly have gotten in other Lego sets, and probably most importantly, prints.
That's true.
Every set from the normal Lego system, or it's Lego Juniors is technically system, but normal Lego sets that's outside of Juniors usually gets a lot of stickers, which a lot of people hate.
Some can't put them on.
Yeah, and for example, I do not put on all my stickers. I only do that if the sets really demand it. And some of these sets really demanded it, and they get printed pieces, which is amazing. And yeah, starting off with the first set, it's
What's
10-1 or 10759 Elastigirl Rooftop Pursuit. So we do have, or considering that we are from Sweden, Europe, we do have the Europe box design, which doesn't show the name sometimes.
Oh, is it different?
Yeah, it really depends. Some sets show the names and some doesn't, but for example, US box design actually has the part number and stuff like that on it as well.
I didn't know that.
um,
Gotta go to the US one day.
Yeah, I'm surprised that these didn't have the name of the set because most sets in Europe usually have that, but this is Elastigirl's Rooftop Pursuit, and starting out, it is kind of accurate to the movie. She was chasing a motorcycle, or chasing a helicopter on her motorcycle. I'm kind of nitpicking because the motorcycle wasn't grey. It was red and tinted in the colors of her suit, which is kind of a nitpick as well because I'm glad they chose this design, but she didn't really wear this suit in the scene.
I was also wondering about that.
Yeah.
When I was watching the movie, I already saw the Lego sets before
Yeah.
I watched the movie, so I was thinking, why is she wearing this suit and the Lego has that suit?
Yeah, exactly.
I guess this is the more iconic version.
Yeah,
that's
and
why Lego
also
shows it.
consistency with all of the other figures, I think.
Could be.
But overall, my opinion on the set, it's kind of accurate, but at the same time, the set design sucks. But
You know, the content is in there.
yeah,
Motorcycle, the helicopter.
yeah,
They look different in the movie. I mean, I would like the motorcycle to... It can't split, right?
No.
Like in the movie. Yeah, in
It's-
the movie
yeah.
it's split. That was such a great moment.
yeah, and that's something
Like this
I'm
one can.
kind of disappointed by as well because they kind of already have the design for the splitting motorcycle because it was featured in the Lego Incredibles 2 video game.
Oh, right.
So they technically already have the digital design of it, but not the mold of it. So that would have been something I would have liked to seen, but at the same time, I don't really know how that would technically work.
Yeah, because of the Lego figure. The Lego figure can't.
Yeah,
split.
exactly.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Because the concept with the motorcycle is that the last girl stretches her body so her legs are on the bottom or the back half of the motorcycle and her upper half controls the front wheel. And you can't really do that with this set or with this figure at least. So For me, the biggest highlight of this set is, of course, Elastigirl with these long arms,
Great
which
figure.
are very bendable, but I do say that you should be a bit careful so you don't break them or anything like that, because they are kind of tight inside her body. Yeah, that sounded weird. Yeah, but it's basically just a hole through her arms where these then you push them through. So that's basically it. So
and a heads up, you can't take them out.
Yeah.
Like this torso comes with this hand, and like normal torsos, you can't remove these.
Yeah. And luckily enough, we do get another version of Elastigirl with normal arms compared with the previous minifigure with this long arm, Camille Khan from Marvel Superheroes, who just have the long arms.
Was she the first one to have these?
Yeah.
Nice.
So it's nice to see them again, and that's pretty much it for Elastigirl. The other figure is
Screenslaver.
Yeah, Screenslaver. I'm always about to say Scream Saver because that's the thing I'm used to say.
Switched.
Yeah.
Did you watch the movie in English, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know all the names, I didn't.
Yeah. So a new mold for like the mask, which I do really like. It's a really cool piece.
It is.
I kind of feel that Lego had some other information because that's
not a familiar face.
This face looks more like the brother to the villain than the actual villain, and Lego might have had some other information and worked from concept art.
That happens a
and
lot.
Stuff like that, but the character didn't look like this underneath. But besides that, it looks good. It has a new mold, so that's cool. But yeah, nothing too special. Besides the figures, we do get this cool 6x6 tile.
It's nice.
With 18% approval rating, which I feel is an interesting tile to add in a set targeted towards younger kids, but it fits with the movie's plot and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think, because wasn't this her first mission? Or the train was the first mission.
Yeah, the train
this
with
was
the motorcycle.
Yeah.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
The motorcycle was used in the first mission.
Yeah, and this one was the second mission, if I remember right. So I was unsure if this fitted, but yeah, it kind of fits.
Gotta throw it in somewhere.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything for the first set. No really special pieces or anything like that, except for the printed tile that we showed. Next set is 10760 Underminer's Bank Heist, which is this.
This was right in the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, and at the end of the first movie.
Yeah, the end of the first one, beginning of the second one.
Yeah, so
this works with both movies, actually.
Yeah, technically it works for both movies. Same with this set. I hate the design, and I'm going to be completely open about it, because even though these are targeted towards younger kids, I do feel they could do better. But I don't know Lego's circumstances and stuff like that when designing these sets. I'm just happy that we do get awesome figures from them.
For sure. Every junior sets have really awesome figures usually.
Yeah, and this set basically comes with a small bank built, 2 vehicles and 3 minifigures. And the cool thing with this set is, of course, the minifigures. So we do get, as mentioned before, normal Elastigirl and Mr. Incredible. And to mention, this isn't the same as the one we got in the first Disney minifigure series.
Right,
the printing is different. So the belt printing, or this orange line, was on the hip piece, this black piece, while on this it's printing on the torso, just like all of the others. So if you have the Mr. Incredible from the minifigure series, he doesn't really work with the minifigures from this series because the printing is a bit different.
If you're going for consistency.
Yeah, exactly.
This is what you need.
And it's also fitting that you get you can literally buy actually just 2 of the sets and you have the whole family. If you want the last girl with the long arms, that's a separate set. So, but these 2 are really great. We do get Mr. Incredible's hair again, first introduced with him in Disney series. And I forgot to mention that Elastigirl has a new hairpiece, which is, if I remember right, yeah, it's hard plastic. So, quality stuff.
Yep. It's not like the Friends soft ones.
Yeah.
I don't have a specific problem with the soft ones, but sometimes I prefer the hard ones.
Yeah, the thing I dislike with them is that the material is very matte compared with Lego's glossy design
That's
overall.
That's true.
So that's like the biggest difference. And when they introduce it to Lego system figures like Kira, for example, from the Slave
That's
1,
true,
or
yes.
not Slave 1, Millennium Falcon set, it looks kind of weird. Even though the hair works for her, it still kind of looks weird. Here we do have the Underminer, which is a cool character with a new brown cape, which is exclusive to him. Whoa.
He fell.
There he goes.
Funny enough, when I was watching the movie and he had those big glove things,
Yeah.
I was like literally thinking, I hope Lego puts those on the figure.
Yeah.
And they did.
Yeah. I think it's interesting how they actually continue to use these big hand things. Because they were first introduced with Lego Shima for the gorillas and just have evolved from there. One thing I feel is really weird, and Lego have kind of gone back and forth on this from time to time, and it really depends on which characters they make, but overall Lego minifigures don't have noses.
Of course.
If a character has a very big nose,
Then
they usually add that. And Underminer is one of them. His nose is one of the biggest features.
Nice.
And this is his head without the helmet. And this is similar with, we've had it on the Big Fig Maui from Moana, we had it on Underminer and a couple of other figures, if I remember right. It looks weird, because we're so used to minifigures not having noses, so when one get one, it looks kind of weird, but it's completely understandable why they did that for the Underminer.
If it's part of it's like an iconic part of the character, then you gotta put that on.
Yeah. Jumped right into the minifigures now when I think about it, but overall the set is accurate to say the least and works for both movies.
I wish this card thingy was a bit bigger.
Yeah, I feel I don't remember the car being in this scene at all.
No, it was there. It was it dug up the pavement a little bit and then it crashed into the building.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And that's how it ended.
Oh, okay.
That's how the chase ended, because the car crashed in the building.
Oh, this car.
No, not that car. Sorry, the other one.
Yeah, I was
that
thinking.
Car? I don't know where that was. I don't remember that car at all.
Because
Sorry, I got mixed up.
They just came from Dash's run competition, and this car wasn't in the scene, if I remember right. But
was it in the first movie? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was in the first movie, because
so
it's blue and black, because it's Mr. Incredible before he got married to Elastigirl. But I do understand why they included it, because the car has a big importance later in the movie, and you can use this car with the next set we're going to talk about. But I just thought about that right now. But talking about the car, here we do have one printed hood piece, which is really good, and I can see a lot of people taking this and just building their own Incredicar.
Incredicar. Oh,
yeah, Incredicar or Incredible Car.
Incredicar sounds good.
Yeah, I think that's the right one. So I see a lot of people taking this and just making a mock instead. But then we also get a wanted poster for the Underminer, which is nice.
Yep. Also with the nose.
Yeah.
Does it though? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It does.
Very small printing, but yeah. Next set is then 10761.
The
The
biggest
Great
one.
Home Escape. The Great Home Escape.
This is the biggest one.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is the biggest set. And it comes with three minifigures and a baby, which is Yak Jack. So, starting off with the set, it looks... This is probably the best looking set out of all of them. But accuracy, it's kind of good. I don't remember this car being in the scene, because this scene was basically all of the other heroes under mind control attacking the mansion.
Yeah, the mansion.
Where they were staying at. And Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl weren't there, so it's just all of the kids against all of the heroes under mind control. We do get one of them, which is Brick, which I'm guessing this is based on concept art.
I don't remember this design. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
this wasn't in the movie. This is the Brick minifigure, which we get. I do like it on one aspect. It's the hair.
The hair's great.
Yeah, this hairpiece was introduced with the Scarlet minifigure from one of the minifigure series, but in like a yellowish blonde. I love this hairpiece because you can use it for Black Widow.
True.
Which is something I've wanted for a while, because they used this hairpiece for Black Widow from Marvel superheroes, but in orange or dark orange, and she's a redhead, so this works a lot better. So that's something I really like. But first of all, in the movie, Brick is very big. Would have fitted as a big figure, which ironically in the Lego Incredibles 2 video game, this figure is a big figure, but at the same time that's wrong as well, because this is a female character.
That's why she wasn't familiar.
Yeah, in the movie,
Right.
Brick is a male character
Yeah.
and looks completely different. And this is just the typical, it's happened a lot with other themes that Lego gets concept art and just base it off of that.
Yeah.
The set that comes to mind is Kylo Ren's shuttle from The Force Awakens.
Classic.
And also Grand Admiral Thrawn. A lot of people were disappointed with Grand Admiral Thrawn because based on his rankings, he's not Grand Admiral, just Admiral. So some concept art changes will happen on movies, and Lego can't really do anything because they've already produced it into the pipeline. So it's out of Lego's control, and it's really sad because Lego gets a lot of negative feedback on it.
And it's
but
not their fault at all.
yeah, if anything, people should argue to those who produce the movies, like in both cases Disney should get the blame in that case, just because Lego didn't get the information they needed.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, both benefit from it, because if I know that they don't do it because of leaks and similar things, but if they can secure that the product will become better, and if a product is better, they will earn much more money from it. So not that people didn't buy the Kylo Ren shuttle or the Grand Admiral Thrawn figure, but yeah.
Still.
Yeah. Except for the villain, even though it was the hero in the movie, we do get the remaining figures for the Parr family. So we have Violet.
She looks great.
Which has a new hairpiece, which is also hard plastic, and it is amazing. And I just love when Lego introduces new hairpieces. So hopefully they use it in some other set as well. Then we have Dash. Really cool figure.
Yep.
And best
It's Jack Jack.
is Yak Jack,
So
using
good.
the new baby mold that they introduced last year, if I remember
What a
right.
great time to use the baby mold.
Yeah. One thing I'm liking is that this is the first flesh-colored baby. All of the previous
Right,
ones
that
were
too.
yellow for Lego City.
Of course.
but at the same time this has a mask, so you can't really use it for anything else. So
Super
hopefully,
baby.
yeah, or bank robber baby.
Oh, that's great.
Hopefully they make more babies with flesh tone colors overall, because I'd really like that. So
Yeah, Lego typically uses the flash core for the licensed movie
Yeah.
license thing. So if a Star Wars baby comes along,
yeah, or superheroes, because I can see them doing like a bystander with a baby or
Yeah.
something like that.
that would be cool. A stormtrooper with a baby.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about Robot Chicken now. Bring your daughter to work day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but nonetheless, now with all of the complete Par family reunited, it's really an awesome group to have.
Wait, give me some.
Yeah.
I'll see them.
Yeah, just like so. Yeah, having the whole family together,
Yay.
and they look amazing together. So
They do.
one thing you
Oh, they
could.
also, their faces have double.
Yeah, all of them have double-sided faces, which I completely forgot about because I feel
yeah.
that's like really common nowadays.
It is. It's great.
Especially with action-based sets like these.
For sure.
One thing you can do with Jack, considering that he has very many different powers that we found out in this movie, you can actually put him into this like transparent orange rock piece, and it's supposed to simulate like his fire mode or
Fire
whatever. I would have liked them to do Monster Jack
For
because
sure.
I just love the scene from the first Incredibles movie with
They could
him.
have also slipped in a cookie in this,
Yeah.
into this set. That would have been nice. Did they? No.
Just going to double check. No.
No.
They have orange juice, which I
If you
don't.
like that,
Yeah. Which I don't remember seeing
No,
them
I don't
have in
either.
the movie, but some notable pieces from this set is this force field piece, this piece for Violet,
Very cool.
which is really nice. I would have thought they would just reuse some older transparent purple piece that they've done before, but they actually added printing on it and stuff like that. So we also get this family portrait of the Par family,
Very
which
nice.
looks really good, and the printing on it is just amazing.
It's really nice.
Yeah, I'm just hoping that we sometime get the Par family in their civilian clothes.
I was just thinking that because
Yeah.
they're all superheroes now. I guess you could improvise and use your pieces for them.
Yeah, and they are kind of basic, but
Yeah, in this picture they are just in blue.
yeah.
Basic blue.
Yeah, and
What
then
do you want?
one piece that I really liked was this Incredibles logo.
Yep.
Only nitpick I have is that it's on a 3x3 slow piece, which makes it uneven, and it might be trickier to get it centered and stuff like that. So
That's
the
true.
base you make have to be uneven then, but
The logo fits well, I guess.
yeah, exactly. That's the reason, and also they had the phone on it, and the phone is 3 studs.
Right.
So that's
Has a purpose.
probably the main reason why they did that. Yeah, but that was all of the sets basically.
There is one more set.
Yeah, all of the like minifigure based sets. There are one other set, which is 41613, Mr. Incredible and Frozone. And this is where I wanted to add that I feel one figure is missing from this set,
Yeah.
and it's Frozone.
It would be so cool to
Yeah,
have him as a figure.
I love the character of Frozone, and something that I really love to do is if a favorite actor of mine has a minifigure or multiple, I want to collect them. I also have a separate collection of Swedish actors who
Yep,
have
you do
minifigures,
that.
and I sometimes like to collect minifigures or actors who has minifigures. Considering that Samuel L. Jackson is playing Frozone, I would have loved to have Frozone minifigure.
But I've gone so well with all the Nick Furies and everything.
Yeah, we technically just have one Nick Fury based on the MCU. One was from a TV show, but we do also have Mace Windu.
Right, of course.
So it would be a really cool trio to have Mace Windu, Nick Fury, and Frozone.
For sure.
But we did get Frozone as a Brickhead together with Mr. Incredible. And the cool thing with those two is that Mr. Incredible gets the Incredible logo on a 1x3 brick.
Printed.
Which, printed as well. And it works, if you dislike this one or have a hard time implementing that in some display, you can use that brick instead. And Frozone looks really good. This is the case with some 2-packs with brickheads that I'm mainly interested in just one of them. For example, Groot and Rocket. I'm mostly interested in Groot. I don't want the Rocket brickheads. And same goes here with Mr. Incredible and Frozone.
Sometimes it works out. I mean, the Back to the Future one is pretty good.
Yeah, Back to the Future
Doc
works.
and Marty as well.
Yeah, because you kind of have to have those together.
Yeah.
Same goes with Sally and Jack Skellington from Nightmares Before Christmas.
There's also Harry Potter.
Harry Potter and Hedwig, which also works really well. I understand Groot and Rocket Raccoon because they really go well together. But I feel Groot looks a lot better on his own, and that's probably why they added Rocket with him, because... Yeah, exactly.
How do you feel about Luke and Yoda?
Luke and Yoda are good because they have the Dagobah outfit, so...
So they fit.
Yeah. But at the same time, I just want the Yoda one, so...
Me too.
Yeah. So, yeah, those are pretty much all of the sets they came out for Incredibles 2. They did have an Edna Mode polybag if you pre-ordered the video game, but it's not that interesting, and the minifigure looks better in the game because she has a new hair and glasses mold for that figure.
Whereas the other one is, the glasses are printed on her face.
Yeah, and it looks really weird to just summarize.
Yeah.
But yeah, to summarize this video, we enjoyed the movie.
Yep.
I felt that it was weird that they waited 14 years. I know there was different reason with the director and stuff like that, but considering that, it still feels weird to get a sequel that takes place immediately after the first one. When it's been 14 years, they could have jumped some time into the story. But otherwise, really enjoyed the movie. The sets are terrible in my opinion, but they aren't targeted towards me, and I'm just happy that I have these amazing minifigures.
The minifigures are fantastic.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Or potentially incredible.
Yeah, they are incredible. Nice way to finish off on an awful pond.
Just our usual.
Yeah.
What we do. It's what we do.
Yeah, but overall, all of the sets are good for what they are, I guess, and the figures are incredible.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, so please rate, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more.
And follow us.
Yeah,
on
of
social
course.
Media.
Yeah, link is in the description. And I'll see you all in another video. Thank you for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to click the subscribe button and also follow me on my social media. I have a link to all of those down below in the description. So see you next time, guys.